How's it going, everyone? AFC Fitness here on a Friday night in Dublin. We're here to see Bohemian FC. We already went to this stadium yesterday, funnily enough. We took a wrong turn on the bus, ended up here, and we were looking around. Door was open. A very nice chap, volunteer at the club called Jimmy, who's got his own mural to him, showed us around, showed us the dressing rooms, the club bar, where directors are, everything. It was incredible. So I've already fallen in love with this club, and the game hasn't even started yet. You know, they're very left-wing, got art. They don't like calling it graffiti, they like calling it art. You can see all that behind me. Very left-wing, liberal club, and we've already been welcomed with open arms yesterday, so I can't wait. I've already fallen in love with this club, and the game hasn't begun. We'll go wander around, speak to some fans. They're playing St Patrick's. Funnily enough, we had to look inside their stadium when we walked past it the other day. I cannot wait. Kick-off approaching. There we go. We're in the Bohemian's bar just next to the ground. Got a Guinness each. To the birds.
The atmosphere, the fact is all the fans are working class, and it's just a very special place to go.
Well, I think we can go all the way. They've a good side now. The squad isn't huge, but if we keep injury free, there's no reason why we can't keep going all the way. You know, at the moment, take it as it comes. You know, to use the cliches. But yeah, we've played everyone and beaten 7 of them, so we can do it again. You know.
I like the political leading of the club. You know, like what it stands for, what it represents.
Bohemians, great atmosphere, good beer, good food, and just a good time in general.
Good man. And finally, what's your prediction for tonight?
Prediction 2-1 balls.
Good man, that's the spirit.
A 2-2 draw.
3-1 Bohemians.
So, we're about to go inside, but before we do, let's find out a bit about today's hosts, Bohemian.
Bohemian FC were founded in 1890, being members of the Irish Football League from 1902 to 1911, and then from 1912 to 1920. And they also won the Irish Cup in 1920. In 1921, they were founding member of the League of Ireland, and they won their first top-flight title 3 years later. In 1928, they won the league again, and also won their first FAI Cup to make it a double. Glory would continue to follow them, as they would win 3 more league titles and another cup before World War II. However, after this, they had faced many years of instability and faced a lengthy drought of 34 years without any honours, but they would turn professional in 1969. In the 1970s, they burst back into life, winning 2 league titles, 2 FAI Cups, and 2 League Cups. They also entered Europe for the first time, but after winning the League Cup in 1979, they entered another trophy drought. This was ended when they won the FAI Cup in 1992, and they would next win the league in 2001. The year before, they knocked Aberdeen out of the UEFA Cup, the first time an Irish team had defeated a British team away in Europe. They won another league in 2003, and Pat Fenlon guided them to another double in 2008. This was followed by another League Cup victory the next year, whilst they retained the League too. This remains their last major honour, but after a promising start to the season, they're hopeful of ending their drought. Overall, they've won 3 League of Ireland Cups, 11 Irish League titles, and 7 FAI Cups. And a bit of trivia, Bob Marley played his last ever outdoor show and only ever Irish gig at Bohemian's ground, with Marley choosing the venue as he wanted tickets to be cheaper and hence more affordable to fans. He played Redemption Song at the end of his set to show solidarity with the Irish people. So those are our hosts, Bohemian FC. Let's have a look inside their ground, Dalymount Park.
So, I've got myself a little treat, Bob Marley Bohemian shirt. Oh god, this is going to be amazing. And some lovely crispy chips for dinner for €4. So I've got my Bob Marley Bohemian shirt on top of my Bob Marley Ajax shirt.
And there is Big Man Bob over there.
Big Man Bob.
Our legend. Oh, this is going to be brilliant. Tom, hello. This is getting good ratings already, isn't it?
17 minutes in, Bohemians take the lead. Adam McDonald with an incredible volley. Ball's played around the box. He's hit with his left foot. It's dipped into bottom corner. 1-0 Bohemian. Come on. St Patrick's level it. I believe they went straight in from the corner. That's not something I've seen before. Against the run of play. 1-1. Unbelievable. St Patrick's turnaround, throw-ins ended up in the box, someone's flicked it in. They've taken the lead 2-1. It was started so well. Scramble in the box, keeper's made a great save, it's come out, St Patrick's player in, 3-1. This is ridiculous. We entered the 5 added minutes and now a Bohemians player has been sent off for a tackle. I didn't see the incident in Arsene Wenger style, but it's going from bad to worse. It will be some team talk for them to get something out of this.
They were slagging off the NHS the whole time, and I just felt very...
Half time here at Dalymount Park and it remains 3-1 St Patrick's, but honestly it could have been a couple more. They had some good chances that they missed. It's very disappointing because it all started so well for Bohemian. It will be some team talk from Declan Devine to get something out of this. Whether Bohemian can keep up their good form, it's a big doubt. Hopefully, I'm proven wrong. Half time, Bohemian 1, St Patrick's 3.
I realised when you commented, maybe it's just trying to be the game, but he literally took it his he wasn't just going.
Midway through the second half, Dean Williams has tugged it into the corner. It's 3-2. Game on! We're in 6 minutes of added time. St Patrick's had a player sent off. Is that going to be the edge that can get him in an equaliser? Still a few minutes left, we'll see.
Free kick deep in enemy territory.
So a very disappointing evening for Bohemian comes to an end. It was a shame because when they scored it did seem briefly like they were going to walk it, but St Patrick's came out and surprised them and Bohemian never really recovered. It's a shame because for a lot of the second half they did have a lot of talent. They came forward a lot, but sadly the end product was poor and the referee didn't do them any favours either. So hopefully they can recover and get their league challenge back on track. But I'm not going to let it spoil an evening. I've had an absolutely lovely time here and I will let you know why when I rate the experience now.
So we'll start off by welcome, and I cannot fault Bohemian for their welcome. The fact that we turned up just on the stroll and the day before Jimmy let us have a look round, told us everything about the club. And when I was there at the game, I felt, I was an Englishman in Ireland, but I felt at home. I was able to engage with all the fans. When I do the updates and goals, I often feel a bit self-conscious filming myself talking with people around me. I didn't feel uncomfortable at all there. I felt right at home, adopted one of them. So I cannot fault the welcome. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. It's a great club, truly welcoming to Groundhoppers, a great community. I absolutely loved it there. So I cannot fault the welcome at all. Food and drink, in all fairness, I thought it was okay. The issue was, in the stand we were in, there was only one food van, and it didn't have a menu, and it wasn't very clear what was there until you got to it. The chips I had were really nice, but I thought for a club that, has a very liberal identity, they'd maybe cater more to vegetarians, and perhaps there was a kiosk in another stand that did. But the issue is that was a full stand. There was only one place you could get food for that stand, which wasn't great. But those chips I did have were delicious. I just think perhaps there could have been like one more kiosk on that stand where you could have got food from, and that would have really helped. So yeah, the food was fine. I just think perhaps there needs to be a bit more options and slightly better organisation as to where it's placed. So I'll give food and drink 6 out of 10. Atmosphere, that was excellent, because you consider half the stadium is not open because it's in ruin, but 4,000 people making that amount of noise was absolutely superb. St. Patrick fans will credit themselves as well. You could really feel the energy of a Friday night, the passion, and to see flares at like a game always adds to the atmosphere. So it was thrilling to be amongst. I'll give the atmosphere an 8.5 out of 10. I was very much looking forward to hearing the opposite Bohemians, and they did not disappoint. Stadium, this is a bit of a tricky one because I absolutely loved the stadium. I loved the art that was everywhere. I have done my research. There are plans to redevelop the stadium, which does need to happen. I just hope when they do it, they keep the art and they don't lose their identity, because what I saw inside was great, and I think there's a lot I absolutely love about the club. I understand it does need to be done up. So I loved the stadium, but even though the half opposite me looked really cool, it was in ruin, and I can't give a high score to a stadium that half it is falling apart when, you know, there's stadiums I go to that are the full package. So I'll probably give the stadium a 5 out of 10. A lot of work needs to be done, but what was there was brilliant. And finally, value for money. This is a contentious one because the tickets were €17, not bad. Pin badge €5, programme €5, about €4 for the chips. That was all pretty good. I absolutely loved the Bob Marley shirt I did get. That is a prized possession. But the issue is the shirt was €70, which is about 60 odd quid. I think that is a lot. I understand like a lot of clubs do charge a lot of money, but I don't like it when Premier League clubs charge a lot for their shirts. But I think realistically, if it's the equivalent of 60 quid for a shirt, a lot of fans are just going to think, oh, sod this, I'll buy an equivalent one online. So I think they do need to lower the prices for that, because that's a prize shirt. I'm happy to support the club, but I think that is a really, really large amount, probably double what they should be charging. So I think, yeah, that was very overpriced. But everything else in terms of value for money, I was happy with. But I just think because of how much a shirt cost, I'll probably have to give the value for money a 6 out of 10. So that was Bohemians. That's definitely one of my favourite ones I've done on Ground to Ground. A really cool club that like really spoke to me, and I really felt like I had a connection with them just in terms of their general identity. I felt really aligned with me. An excellent group of supporters that made me feel right at home. I really hope I can come back and see them win. It was a massive shame about the result, but the fact that they lost and still made it such an enjoyable experience really says a lot. So if you're in Ireland, for goodness sake, please check it out because you won't regret it. It's fantastic. Thank you all for watching. I've been AFC Finners. See you next time, and stick with us as we go ground to ground. AFC Finners out.